All right, yo. So I just got off the phone with a friend today, and he said something that was really good. And we were speaking on the topic of doing what you're supposed to be doing. And he said, you gotta change your words, bro. When you say what I'm supposed to be doing, you're setting a false expectation for perfection. The words to use is what I'm going to do. No matter what and how it turns out, this is what I'm going to do, not what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's like you're putting pressure on yourself that's not necessary. And I was like, ooh, that's a bar. I had to write that one down. And so just coming from that perspective and giving some background into that, just over the past couple of weeks, I've been kind of thinking on what I'm supposed to be doing, on what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. And I've just been like, I'm not ready. I don't see why. I kind of been like battling back and forth over it. But that pressure for it to come out right or perfect is really the only hindrance. And so even like right now, I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't matter if I'm supposed to do it or not. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just going to do it. And so what I'm supposed to be doing, or what I'm going to do right now, is teach. Teach what? What am I supposed to be teaching? Literally, straight up from the word. And I don't know exactly where I'm coming from, besides just like speaking from the heart. And that's going to be on Psalms 42. So I'm just read it and then just kind of talk about it. And I'm not trying to talk for too long, but it says, as the deer panteth after the water brook, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. My soul thirsteth for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God? My tears have been my meat day and night, while they continually say unto me, where is thy God? When I remember these things, I pour out my soul in me, for I had gone with the multitude. I went with them to the house of God with the voice of joy and praise, with the multitude that kept holy day. Why art thou cast down, O my soul, and why art thou disquieted in me? Hope in God, for I shall yet praise him for the help of his countenance. O my God, my soul is cast down within me. Therefore will I remember thee from the land of Jordan and of the Hermonites, from the hill of Mizar. Deep calleth unto deep at the noise of thy waterspouts. At thy waves and thy billows are gone over me. All thy waves and thy billows are gone over me. Yet the Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in the night his song shall be with me, and my prayer unto God of my life, unto the God of my life. I will say unto God, my rock, why hast thou forgotten me? Why go I mourning because of the oppression of the enemy? As with a sword in my bones, my enemies reproach me, while they say daily unto me, where is thy God? Why art thou cast down, O my soul, and why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God. And so Psalms 42 is so rich and such a bar because it's layered. It's layered, especially for those who know what it means to be downcast. And if you don't know what it means to be downcast, then God bless you, yo. Because when you get it, like it's like your emotional inner self, your spirit man, your countenance, your overall just persona and the way you carry yourself is just, it's a downer. It's in the dumps, really. And sometimes you really look at yourself on the inside, like, yo, why do I feel like this? Like, why am I stuck here? I just feel so beat down, weighed down. And it could be because somebody else circumstances and issues. It could be something that just happened to you. It could be you don't know. You just woke up to it that day. But it's a solution in here. And it starts off saying, as the deer panteth after the water brooks, like, so my soul pants after thee, oh God. Like, I am thirsting for God. Like, my soul in itself, my whole inner man is looking for something. It needs something. And the person writing here realizes that it's God. And this reminds me of a conversation that I had with some counselors, and they were saying that, doesn't matter how their spouse is acting or what they're giving them and not giving them, everything that they need, they get it from God first. Like, God is their source of love. God is their source of joy, source of peace, whatever. And, I'm like, okay, I understand that. And then, so I just was looking into every side of it. Well, like, how do you get, like, intimacy is a part of being married, and, that comes from connection between you and your spouse. How do you get that from God? And breaking down is intimacy or sex is that a need in itself. Like, nobody's ever really died from not having intercourse, I don't believe, with their spouse. So is it a need? I don't know. But when it comes down to it, what are the elements of that need that's being delivered? And so I think when that's something we look at, we're looking for satisfaction, peace, and connection. In that moment with their spouse, in that feeling, when you reach that peak or that point, there is satisfaction, peace, and connection. But who can give you the ultimate peace? The King of Peace, the Prince of Peace, the Lord. That comes from Him. Who can give you the ultimate connection? God, because we come from Him. Who can give you the ultimate satisfaction? God. He can give you all of that. There's so many things that people feel like they need to be satisfied in this world that we make up and come up with. But look at how there's so many people with everything that you could list that you want that are not happy. That's not where satisfaction comes from. It's deeper than that. And that's why it says, deep calls unto deep at the noise of thy waterspouts. Like, we're calling out for something deeper than what all of this life and world can offer. It's spiritual. It starts in your soul. It starts way beyond and way past like what's in front of our eyes. Another bar that really just stands out to me is, God will command His loving kindness in the daytime. And when your soul is cast down, it says, therefore will I remember thee from the land of Jordan. Now the person writing this remembers what went down in the DMs in the land of Jordan. They remember the heat that was going on when it came down to what was happening with the Hermonites or on the hill of Mazar. I don't know what was happening there exactly. I don't know the Bible that well. I believe this is David, I don't know, writing, but he knew what went down. He knew how God slid for him in the fourth quarter. He remembered how He showed up and made a way out of no way. He remembered how God strengthened him and renewed him. And when he really needed it, that's what I believe he's talking about. So when you're really cast down and beat down, you have to remember back like, oh man, I got a hope in God. Not like hope as in He's just a lucky 4-leaf clover, but hoping, He slid for me before when I really needed Him. So let's hope in God to do that again, to be faithful, to be on our side, to be for us and not against us. Let's hope in God. That's how you pick your soul back up. Hoping in God. Not trying to be lucky, not trying to be perfect, not trying to do the right thing so you can get the right karma, but trusting and hoping in God's character, keeping your eyes on who he says he is, and who he's shown up to be before. When it comes to trusting and putting faith in who people say they are, you can trust in people to be exactly who they show themselves to be. So trust in God to be who he's shown himself to be for you before. And I'm gonna stop there. I don't like talking for too long, but just doing what I felt like I'm supposed to be doing.